Welcome back again to Joe Stunner Boxing. I hope you're doing well. Well, the weekend's ahead of us. That's always a good thing. I wanted to ask the question, is Dereck Chisora shot? Because I've heard a few people debating this and I don't think he is shot. I think he's greatly diminished, but I think to define, you've got to define what you mean by a shot fighter. And I think when the legs go and the punch resistance goes, let's put it this way, Dereck is a lot closer to being shot than he is to his prime. But I didn't see enough in that Pulev win to suggest that he's a shot fighter. Now, Pulev's 41. By the way, I thought Pulev won that fight quite wide. So I'm reluctant to view it as a win for Dereck. But, you know, he's had some real close decisions go against him. So everyone's like, yeah, all right, it was Dereck's turn. I don't think that's very fair on Pulev. But anyway, the point I'm making is that I'm quite surprised, to be honest with you, that I didn't watch the Pulev fight and think Dereck Chisora is a shot fighter, because in the second Joseph Parker fight, he looked like he was really close to it. He was dropped 3 times, I think, badly hurt. As usual, he was a complete warrior, hanging out in the corner. Come on, come and get me, hit me. I mean, this is the if ever there's a fighter that needs to be saved from himself, it's probably Dereck. I don't know, but in the Pulev fight, he didn't look to me like he wasn't shot to bits anyway. But he is a lot closer to being shot than he is to his prime, and probably now's the time to get out. Now, there are a couple of things I'd mention. I did a video, a couple of Chisora videos recently, like since the Pulev fight, and in one of them I said, look, it may be that he's gone past the point of no return. Any damage that's going to manifest itself in later life when he's 50, 55, 60 may already have been done. Your brain cells do not regenerate. The brain doesn't continue to make cells. Once you lose them, they're gone. And that can come back to haunt you in later life, as we know. But what I think is interesting is that Dereck has said, he said immediately after the Pulev fight, I want Deontay Wilder. And the immediate reaction is, this is suicide. You know, if Wilder hits like an absolute laser. I mean, he doesn't have thudding power. This is not Joe Joyce power. This is one punch, fast twitch muscles, knockout power, a pure puncher. And they say, you know, they're born, not made, and yeah, you know, it's Tommy Hearn's power at heavyweight. However, there's a little caveat to this, and that is that Deontay Wilder has had 2 horrendous back-to-back beatings against Tyson Fury, and the last of them, that, you know, dreadful, I mean, grueling, draining, tooth-chipping beating that he had when he got knocked out in the 11th round by Fury. I think the fact that he had Fury on the floor twice kind of papered over that, just how horrendous that beating was. And that is the type of beating that can ruin your entire career. Absolutely ruin it. Now, again, let's flip it on its head. Let's keep flipping it on its head. Let's try to cover all bases here. Because if you think back on Dereck's career, think back to the second Tyson Fury fight. He was pulled out after 10 rounds, but he took a not dissimilar, gradual, sustained, grinding hammering. And yet he came back and he was knocked out by Dillian White. You know, prior to that, I think prior to the second Fury fight, he got knocked out by Hay, I think it was. I mean, we're talking some serious beatings here. And yet, he's still, even though he's coming very much to the end of his career, he was able to come back and win fights, and he's still not an entirely shot fighter. But I think if Wilder can come back at his age from those 2 back-to-back Fury batterings, I'll be very, very surprised. And I think that Chisora versus Wilder is absolutely reliant on how much Wilder's got left. Absolutely reliant on it. Because for all we know, Wilder could be a shot fighter himself. He could be more shot than Dereck. Because when you take a beating like that, I mean, I know Dereck's come back from beatings, but Wilder is not Dereck. Wilder is a smaller man. He's taller, but people forget this is a 15-stone guy. Not a naturally heavy guy, a big guy. He's just very tall. And although I picked Wilder to beat Fury, I think on 2 out of their 3 fights, I think I picked Wilder to beat Fury, with the benefit of hindsight, which is always a great luxury. We have to acknowledge that Fury weighs, what, 3-4 stone in natural weight more than Wilder? In natural weight, I'm talking. Not packing on the muscle on the upper body and all that crap. Natural weight. So, what do you think? Who's got more left? If Wilder is 75% of what he was, 80% of what he was, I think he starches Dereck. But if he is a shot fighter and he just can't pull that trigger, and Dereck with his, head movement and sways in and out, I mean, he can be timed obviously, but you can look for a rhythm and time him. But if Dereck can get on the inside, rough him up, and avoid being, sniped by that right hand, it's feasible he could win. It is. What has Wilder got left? Again, I repeat that question. That, to me, that whole fight hangs on that one fact, that intangible that we're not sure of. Another interesting thing is that Don Charles has said he likes the Wilder fight. So again, another question that I can't answer. I doubt whether any of us can answer it. Is it wishful thinking, or does he know something we don't know? He obviously cares about Dereck. He's known this guy for, most of Dereck's life, if not all of it. And I believe Don Charles is quite close to Dereck's family as well. But he seems to care about Dereck. So surely he wouldn't throw him in with Wilder if he had any major concerns. I mean, of course, you go in with any version of Wilder. They say that the last thing to go is a fighter's punch. Would he put Dereck in with Wilder unless he was absolutely confident that Dereck would have a very good chance of winning? I can't imagine he would. Can't imagine he would. But anyway, what do you think? Interesting subject. I don't think Dereck is shot, but I think he's getting close to it, pretty close to it. He said after the Pulev fight, I haven't got many of these left, and he's right. He's got maybe another fight or 2. Should he retire now? Obviously he's earned it, but again, I personally think he may have gone beyond the point of no return with regard to brain damage. Not like a neurological brain bleed or anything like that, but just the fact that so many of his brain cells, he must have swapped them for all that money that he now has, because he's earned a shit ton of money. Owns a big house and all this. So you see pictures of him, don't you, like Lord of the Manor. He fancies himself as an English gent, kind of like Eubank used to, Eubank Senior back in the day. But what do you think? Give me your opinions below. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please do that. Hit the like button. That helps the channel out. Fabulous. Thanks for your time as always. Let me know your comments below. We'll speak again. As always, much love to you.